Scott Crawford, I'm the general manager of the animal control program for the county over at the Monmouth County SPCA. With me tonight is our TNR coordinator, Corinne Henn. Normally the gentleman that would be up front speaking to all of you this evening is our CEO and County Commissioner, Ross LaCitra, but he has some county business to handle tonight, so here I am in front of all of you. And normally I don't talk at these things, so bear with me if I stutter a little bit along the way. What we're here tonight to talk about is the newly adopted MOU between the County SPCA and Asbury Park for TNR. Is everyone in this room familiar with what TNR is? Trap, neuter, and return. Since the induction of our program, which has been in place almost 6 years now, we've done about 4,000 animals through the program to date. In calendar year 2022, we did 96 cats and kittens in the township of Asbury. That was before we had an MOU with the town and the SPCA was bearing the financial burden, let's say, of running that program here. So we expect those numbers to go up in the next few years now that it is a shared obligation between the SPCA and the Township of Asbury. So I want to take time to thank the mayor and council because this is a very forward-thinking program opposed to what's been done in the past as far as the problem with community cats, let's call them, go in our area. So the way this program works is, you know, if people are in town feeding cats, have established colonies or noticing new cats on their property, we would like to come in, you know, help you guys trap, get them into the SPCA. While they're there, they're vaccinated, obviously, they're microchipped. We go ahead and do their surgery, whether they're male or female, neuter for males, spay for females, and then release them back to the area. That being said, if we come across any friendly cats are then kept with us for adoption. Any kittens that we're able to socialize are kept with us and put up for adoption as well. And then anything else that we deem not adoptable gets returned to the community. So what we're looking for is colony caretakers, people that have already been doing this in the area or that are interested in doing this area and are willing to sign up. You know, community cats have been around before us. They're going to be around long after us. For many, many years, everybody kind of just turns a blind eye to these things, and that's why it has reached the population in the state of New Jersey as well as the rest of the country that it has. So again, there's no silver bullet to fixing these problems, but this is a step in the right direction for the solution of this problem. You know, we do animal control in Asbury as well, but the SPCA has never been in the business of just rounding up animals to bring to the shelter for euthanasia, because we all know that ultimately doesn't solve the problem, because that is why we're still in the situations that we're in today in the community. So, what else can I say about this program? So Corinne is our coordinator. Everything does have to be coordinated through Corinne. We have 10 spots available per day for the entire, well, not the entire county, about 19 municipalities total now has signed on to do the TNR. So you would contact Corinne. She would let you know what days you are able to trap, how she can coordinate for you to bring them into her. Occasionally we do have the ability for our animal control officers to assist, but we are coming into our busy season. We serve 26 towns as a whole in Monmouth County, so it's kind of a thing where we're helping, but you who sign up for this program are also going to be doing some of the work on the ground for us. By signing up, you act as an affiliate of the county SPCA. It kind of will keep you, what's the word I want to look for right now? It'll keep you immune to what the local ordinances are or might be in place that don't allow the feeding of feral cats or don't allow the feeding of wildlife. And in this way, you're kind of under the protection of the SPCA as well as the county for anything that you're doing out there. But that being said, it has to be done in a productive, safe, clean, healthy manner to this, so this way it doesn't deter the program from growing forward. That's really it in a nutshell. Please.
You said 10, is that for all of Monmouth?
10 is for all of Monmouth County, yes.
I can collect 10 a day.
Yeah, so 10 is through Monmouth County. Unfortunately, we have so much different medical stuff going on every day that we allow 10 slots, but we do our best to get to it, and down the road, hopefully we can increase that more as our clinic size grows as well. You know, but at least it's a couple that we're able to get done and sliding through the program that we have without it being at any cost to you.
Right, now normally Corinne would come to the house and pick up a trap. Can we still bring them to the SPCA?
Yes, as long as you coordinate that with Corinne.
Yeah, so long as I'm aware.
Yep.
Okay.
Because like I said, we have the 10 slots a day for 19 towns. We might not be trapping in every town every day, but let's say we're doing 5 in Long Branch, and we know we have 2 coming from the Atlantic Highlands. That leaves 3 spots, so we just don't want people trapping without Corinne being aware of it, so that we have those slots available for you. Please.
So if somebody is an approved colony caregiver, what is the benefit to them aside from, okay, I'm just thinking like if I know somebody who feeds the cats, you know, they have a troublesome neighbor who doesn't like it, are they protected against that neighbor?
So we do try to come out and mitigate those circumstances where people are having quorum about what's happening on the property next door or where someone is feeding. But at least this way, A, the surgery itself is covered. B, if you are having, like in the town, if there is a violation against feeding and stuff like that, you know, you would be immune from code and local enforcement like that. But we would come out and try to mediate. There have been some situations that we get to where, you know, we have spent some of our own money on helping with deterrence and things like that, but we take those on a case-by-case basis and try our best to educate and find some common ground, have everyone meet in the middle. Explain to people that, hey, you know, the people feeding, they didn't really start this problem. They're here helping. They're trying to keep tabs on this from growing any further than it is. So, you know, just try to bear with them and everything. But, you know, sometimes it can be a heated thing, but we try to minimize that as much as possible. Anyone else? So has anyone signed up in town currently? No? No? Is anyone here tonight interested in signing up for the program? A few of you? Okay. Well, Corinne is here. She does have some of our forms. So if you guys want to take any of those tonight, fill them out, anything like that, you know, Corinne will be happy to get them back. Or I think you can email them over to you now too as well.
Yes, yeah. I can talk to everybody and hand out my cards and stuff for anyone that's interested in signing on, definitely.
Please.
Does the SPCA have traps that you guys lend out or would be?
We really try not to because we've lost so many in the past when we try to do that, and we all know, you know, they're not the most expensive, but they're not that cheap. So, you know, there are situations and times of the year where we can come out and assist you with the trapping. It just depends on Corinne's schedule and what we're dealing with in animal control besides that.
So then how does it work? Like, so we have 2 cats that
Okay.
we've been feeding
Okay.
for over a year.
Are
But
they
we're
already?
on Homicide.
they're-
We're on the Asbury.
We're right at the end of 4.
Okay.
So.
So you're technically Ocean Township?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ocean Township
Yeah,
is
so
how
I
we've been,
wasn't sure if it was
well, we've
that.
been doing the program in Ocean Township for many years as well. So are your cats already done?
No,
We
we're
don't
not.
know.
Yeah, well, they're not tipped or
Okay.
they don't have their ears tipped or anything. And one is clearly a boy and the other is also a boy, but we're not sure.
Not sure.
He's just dumb.
Okay.
Neither one is approachable. They're you know, friendly. But so what would, like, if we wanted to trap them,
Mhm.
we would just get our own traps. We have people that we know that have
Yep,
done.
and you would start by reaching out to Corinne, just so she
Okay.
can tell you what day of the week works for her. Typically, I believe we're trapping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well in some cases,
Thursday
sometimes on
mornings. It depends
Thursdays.
on our clinic.
But, you know, we don't do surgeries on Fridays, we're not doing surgeries on Saturdays, so we try to keep it to where once we get a spay or neuter done, the animal only has to be with us for a maximum of 24 hours before it can be released back out. But you would start by coordinating with Corinne. If you're able to get a trap, that would be great. If you need help learning how to set it, you know, we would be more than happy to do that with you. Once the cat is trapped, as long as you coordinate with Corinne, she'll tell you what time to meet her at the SPCA. We'll get that animal into surgery that day. You know, while it's under anesthesia, it gets its rabies vaccination, a couple other vaccinations, a microchip, so this way we know where that cat belongs if it ever is picked up by animal control. But our guys and girls in the field are pretty good about noticing ear tips and releasing on that location opposed to bring that animal in. But like you said, once the surgery is done, within 24 hours, that animal is released back out to the location it was picked up.
Back by us.
Yes.
Because-
Yep. Yep, no, the whole point is we want to return them to the areas where they're used to, and they're keeping the other problems in population down by being there themselves.
Their only problem is the possums and the raccoons.
Yeah, well, that's why we try to tell people, you know, limit feeding from dusk to dawn, stuff like that. But obviously, you know, in different times of the years, just because a raccoon is out doesn't mean he has rabies during the day. He's just passing through and stuff like that. But when you're trying to feed one thing, sometimes you are, you know, inadvertently feeding other species as well. Yeah, please.
When you have a bunch of cats,
Mhm.
and we trap the first one. How successful are you trapping the rest of them? Like, do they pick up on it or?
In some areas, we might run into a problem like that, but we're pretty successful about getting a good majority of what needs to be done. And again, you know, it's not a sprint to the finish. We're here for the long haul in these situations. So even if we got to chip away at it little by little, but you know, eventually some of them might catch on to what we're doing. But you know, if they're in neighbors' yard, stuff like that as well, and we can get permission to trap in those places, we will as well. So it's not just on the one property.
Well, I feed them, so they're always around my
Yep.
property.
Always
I
are.
wind up telling you probably just to not, I'm limiting feeding.
Yeah.
At least in there.
Yeah, the days we want to be out trapping for a day or two prior, we kind of want to not feed anyone so they're hungry enough that even with the trap present, they're going to go right in there.
And you only trap one at a time?
It depends on the location and it depends on what our availability for the day is. Corinne will sometimes focus solely on a location if her schedule permits for such, and we might be bringing in 5 or 6 from one location in a day. Please.
If somebody's feeding a cat, what are their legal rights to the cat? Like if you're.
So in New Jersey, the way we do look at it is if you are feeding something, it does become your responsibility, that animal. That being said, you know, like let's say you notice one of the cats you're feeding has like an upper respiratory infection or something like that, we would expect that you would be taking care of that. But let's say it was the animal was unfortunately hit by a car or had a severe injury, that we do the animal control in town, that we would then take responsibility for that. But the minor day-to-day stuff, we're looking to the colony caretakers to help out.
Can I ask a specific question?
Go ahead.
So if the individual feeds cats, but the cats go elsewhere.
Yep.
And re-trap those cats.
Yep.
Can I get those cats fixed?
Of course.
Or is this person saying, well, I feed them, it's my cat?
No. If they're on the property and you trap them, you know, what we look for, like we're scanning everybody, making sure no one has a microchip, that it's not just somebody's indoor cat, you know, indoor, outdoor cat and stuff like that. But if they're typically just community cats, we want to get them done.
They're not microchipped, and really this person has no legal.
Yeah, and if we could tell that they're definitely fractious and stuff like that, yeah, we're definitely going to run them through the program that way. The more we can get done, the better.
Yeah.
The only way to visually tell though is if their ears.
Yeah, if you can notice the notch on the ear.
On either side or? Is
I believe it's the left, right? Yeah, the left ear.
And there's nothing else you can do.
No, it's really, but in most cases you are able to tell, honestly. It's pretty visible in most cases, especially if you're able to get close enough to it. Once it's in a trap, you'll notice clear as day whether it's done or not.
Oh, no, he's right up against the glass door.
Yeah. Like you said, it's subtle, but it stands out enough that you can tell on the left ear.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any other questions while we're here?
Can also become fosters.
No, that's true as well. You know, we are taking in a ton of kittens of various ages right now, from as little as bottle babies to as old as a few weeks, that definitely need the socialization before they're ready to be put up for adoption. And do you know how many active fosters we have? Couple.
Active, she has, I think, 400.
Yes, we have 400 fosters already.
And 10
And 10.
from the SPCA
Yeah,
right now,
right.
so.
Yeah, so we're always looking for fosters like that as well, definitely. We run a 24-hour operation 7 days a week, so this is the time of year when things are happening out there, so we can definitely use assistance in that capacity as well.
Are you ever able to socialize an adult?
Like I said, there's some that we definitely have had the chance to, but it's not fair to us to keep like a total community cat in the shelter, because they don't know that we're trying to help them. They just know that they feel trapped, they're inside, they're nervous, they're scared, they'd rather be outside. But, you know, we do get some that are just that where someone's like previous pet that they may have dumped, that are a little scared of people, and once they're in our care, they do turn rather quickly. But our team there is pretty good about telling who is truly fractious and who's going to be able to be adopted pretty quickly for the most part. Anyone else? No? I mean, I'm sorry this is such a short presentation today. You know, I could bore you with a bunch of facts and information on the program, but I don't think we need to do that. I kind of want to get you guys going on your way with this stuff. Please.
So if I say sign me up, you're gonna give us instructions?
Yep, we're going to give you
I
instructions.
have my card that I can give you, that you can send an email if you want, with your information. And then I just have the guidelines. I don't have the formal, didn't want anyone to be like writing out all their info while they're here. I can email you everything. Okay.
And the paperwork is like the program guidelines and stuff like that, which isn't anything too crazy. It's just some basic stuff to help you be successful in what you're doing, you know? And the biggest part of this program, obviously, is besides helping with the population, keeping it in check from growing anymore, you know, rabies control is extremely important, so at least these animals are getting vaccinated against rabies, because we do have raccoons and different stuff in the area as well, so. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I thought one more thing.
No, please.
I can see all my cats are scratching profusely. Is there anything we can do about the fleas?
They
That's a
will
good
only apply a few preventative in the clinic if they're noticing them while they're there during surgery.
So
So
nothing you can put in your food?
if there's something that you could get over the counter, you could certainly go ahead and get that. But during that surgery, they will apply something if they see them. But obviously, that's not going to be long-term,
Yeah.
beneficial for you.
Okay.
Easy stuff? All right. All right. Well, if anyone has any other questions while we're still here.